Okay, so we're looking at adapting lessons today. Okay, so obviously I'm going to play the role as the instructor and you're playing the role as the learner driver.
Yeah.
We've already had a bit of a discussion of what we're planning to do, so that our lesson is roundabouts.
Yeah.
So we've agreed that you are going to do roundabouts. Okay, so just to help us make sure we're getting the full lesson plan. Have we done roundabouts before?
Yes.
Okay, so we've done roundabouts before.
Yeah.
Risk management, how would you like me to help you with roundabouts?
Well, last time we had a lesson, it was spiral roundabouts. I was going third exit, and just as I was sort of coming off the roundabout, I sort of went into the right lane. I was always sort of merging into the right lane, and obviously that's an issue there because.
Okay. So that's why we're looking at roundabouts. So roundabouts, we would have the discussion about once we're in our lane, we stay in our lane. So the lesson plan will be agreed that with the spiral roundabouts, how much input would you like me to offer you?
Well, I know how to do it, so knowledge-wise, it's not an issue.
Yeah.
It's more just sort of being reminded, maybe if I just got reminded. How to stick over to that left.
Yes.
What I've found with some students is when they are coming over to the right to come off the spiral roundabouts, it's mainly because they've got those cars on the left there, and they're a bit scared of them, and they don't want to get too close to them, even though they're not coming out. They're worried about them, and I've had students where they've gone over to the right, and I've had to sort of really delve into why they're doing it, and it's actually because they're scared of them cars there. They want to stay away from them.
You'll find as well, lorries,
they're the bigger vehicles.
Yes.
Because some do stop at the line, and then they edge out over that line.
Yeah.
And I think learners are probably sort of seeing that as they've done the mirrors and signal, and they're going, oh no, so that'll be my problem.
Okay.
All right.
So looking at that then, so we've already agreed that we're going to do roundabouts. We're going to do spiral roundabouts.
Yeah.
We've identified the fault last time where you swapped lanes at the last minute.
Yeah.
We're going over the lane to take technically the fourth exit, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we've already agreed how we're going to do this is the fact that just a bit of reminding. So I don't need to go to any kind of anything else.
Just reminding me of it. Because knowledge-wise, I can do it. Yeah.
So looking at that then, so on the approach to the roundabout, would you like me to ask you questions about where we need to be?
Yeah, you can sort of ask me questions and Q&A me.
Yeah.
As to sort of being proactive as to what's happening on approach, and then on the roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then obviously we're doing a lesson adapting, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
So what I'll do is, now we've agreed the lesson plan and how much you're going to help me, I'll drive off, I'll throw a fault in somewhere, and that's where we're going to have to do the see it, say it, sort it, and adapt the lesson.
Yes.
This is sort of one of the biggest issues on part 3s and standards checks. The whole sort of lesson planning section. Everybody drops marks on that simply because the lesson plan isn't right and they've not adapted the lesson correctly.
They just generally just stick to that lesson plan, not seeing any faults that can happen.
Yeah, or they're just not dealing with them effectively enough.
Yeah.
And I think there's a stigma at the moment, where they think that they can't stop the student. They have to keep the wheels moving, and that was something that they requested during the sort of the COVID time, wasn't it? But now that's sort of lifted. They actually don't mind you pulling up a student and actually discussing, the issue that happened and how they're going to go ahead and fix it and adapt and fix it. If it's something minor like a missed mirror check around a car,
we can do that whilst
you can do that whilst on the move. That doesn't really need. But if it's something quite critical like pulling out of a junction in front of somebody or a bus, then obviously that's where you need to pull them up and talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes PDIs especially don't understand or don't realise that they can actually do that. They can actually pull them up, you know, and actually discuss it, talk about it, get a plan together, go and work on it and adapt the lesson that way. So yeah, I'll throw a fault in and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right?
Yep. So we're not going to change our names like old style role plays. We'll still keep our same names.
Yeah.
So you'll be Mickey and I'll still be Nick. When
right.
you're ready, when it's safe to do so, off we go then, please, Mickey.
Okay. Yeah, kind of right for you. Yeah. It's too loud for the microphone. Right.
So how things been then?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Good. Been up to anything?
Just painting the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What colour?
Egyptian cotton.
Egyptian cotton. So it's like a cream.
Yeah. Basically, it's magnolia. Fancier magnolia.
End of this road, I would like you to turn out left then, please, Mickey. So turning out left end of this road, please. Any reason why you're painting?
We bought the house and we haven't decorated it yet.
Right. Just going to stop you here.
Yeah.
Okay? Just put yourself into first gear. You got the foot on the clutch?
Yeah.
Good. When it's safe to do so, off we go then, please. So, why do you think I stopped you here?
Well, I saw that white car was coming past and I
Yep.
thought I had enough room for that red one.
Okay.
Now I kind of understand it. I didn't have enough room.
Yes, you didn't have enough room. Okay? So, you're going to think about the priorities. Alright? Obstruction was on your side, wasn't it?
Yes.
Are you crossing that centre white line?
Yes.
Right, so we don't have the right of way.
No.
Alright? We're also going to think about the space that you have to get through that gap. Cars don't shrink, do they?
No.
So looking here, we've got those cars on the left hand side.
Yeah.
Can we safely go through those cars?
Yes.
We can now because there's nothing coming towards you, is there?
Yeah.
Alright? So you can remember your space, your side is that meter. We need approximate meters distance away from vehicle coming towards you. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah? So if we cross that centre line, we've reduced that meter's distance already, haven't we?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Is that alright?
A little bit late in deciding what you're going to do. You could also have put an indicator on the car behind you. It's quite close as well. Alright? How much space do you want to give a cyclist?
1.5 meters.
1.5 metres. Did you give him 1.5 metres?
Thought so.
You did, yes. Just leaving it very late dealing with that cyclist.
I just
Alright?
didn't. I had that car
Yes.
coming out of that junction. I wasn't too sure what he was going to do.
So when it's safe to do so, I'd like to stop on the left-hand side, please. So when it's safe to do so, stop on our left-hand side. That's it. That's it. That'll do that nicely. That's it. Just relax your feet. Okay. So just going back to the car. Okay. So we're looking down this road here. We can see that there are no vehicles parked on the left-hand side. If you just check your mirrors now, looking at the cars coming from behind, see how they're crossing that centre line.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're having to cross that centre line, which means they are now on the opposite side of the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See it?
Yeah.
So because they are on the opposite side of the road, they have to give way to oncoming vehicles. Okay?
Yeah, I know that, yeah.
Yeah? So we're going to think about, we know about the space that we have on our left hand side, which is that meter's distance away from parked cars, don't we?
Yeah.
Yep. If there's not enough space, we can't go through that gap. And if there's not enough time, we can't also go through that gap. Okay, so looking at these vehicles coming towards you, all right, how do you judge the speed of those approaching vehicles?
You can't really.
You can. Look at the furthest point away from them and how they're moving towards you.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you meant the actual speed in miles per hour.
No, as a judge, I'm not going to be. No one's going to be able to see exactly what speed that they're travelling at. It's just judging how fast they are moving. All right. So look at the car in front of you.
Yeah.
The white car that's on the opposite side of the road.
Yeah.
There, you would have enough time to get through that gap. As it gets closer, then we haven't got enough time. Yeah. So remember, we've also always said about look at the information, assess the information, decide what is the safest thing, the correct thing to do, and then actually do it. Yeah?
Okay.
So look, assess, decide, and act.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, we were going to look at roundabouts, so we're just going to drive round and see if we can come across some more meeting situations. Do you know? Can you remember what I mean by meeting situations?
Yeah.
So it's like what we just dealt with.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that sound all right?
Yeah.
All right. How much input would you like from me?
Can maybe talk me through the first one, just so to make sure I know what I'm doing, and then maybe leave me to the rest.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
All right. When you're ready, when it's safe to do so, off we go then, please.
I said it was. I was saying it was. I was telling me I was doing 31. I don't know. Just pulled off.
Too aggressive, is that right?
Yeah.
I'd like you to take your next road on the left where that bus has just gone.
Okay.
Have to look at that video later because the car coming towards us, the driver was on his mobile phone.
Was he?
See if we can get the registration, give it to the police.
What, that red car?
No, the people carrier.
Oh, right.
Scenic, I think it was. Typical no parked cars, don't they? We have a good situation, the same thing here. The bus is stopping on our left-hand side.
I was just thinking about that.
Okay, so we're checking your mirrors as you would do normally. Looking up that road, can we fit through that gap safely?
Yeah.
Indicate. Because we're telling the bus driver we are planning to go past the bus. Okay? Alright?
Alright.
See how that was very easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because there was nothing coming. So it's the same thing at end of the road, turning left, please. So the same sort of stuff as you would dealing with everything. Mirrors, signal, position, speed, looking. The looking part is where we're looking, assessing the information, deciding what is the safest, the correct thing to do, and then acting upon all that information we've just gathered. So that looking is quite important, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll take this next road on your left then, please. So take this next road on your left, please. Now this one's going to be a little bit more complicated because we've got signs telling us as well. And we also have badly parked cars along this stretch of road. Good. Good.
I need to be giving them one doors width, don't I?
Yes, because they are parked. That's it. Mini roundabout, right second exit, please. So right second exit, mini roundabout, please.
I remember this one. You said I've got to try and drive around it as much as I can.
Looking, what can we see?
Speed bumps
And
cars.
Parked cars. Anything coming towards us?
No.
So we're okay at this moment in time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just seen you check your mirrors, which was good, and your mirrors were fine last time. So there's nothing wrong with that. Good. However, could have left a little bit more space between you and the parked car. Alright? We want to leave approximately 2 car lengths. So...
Here?
Yes, that's fine. Why do you think we want to leave 2 car lengths?
Gives me enough room to see and pull out.
Yep. So you're giving information and getting information. If you get too close to these parked cars, you're not going to see. Alright?
Okay.
So you did that one alright. I'll leave you to deal with this next situation all by yourself. Does that sound alright?
Okay. Can I stop here?
Yep. Good.
Oh, he said thank you. He's flashed me. She's flashed me.
Good.
Oh, there's a car here.
Good. Good. Less space, less speed.
Yeah. Less space, less pace.
Yes. Good. Happy with that?
Yeah.
I'm happy with that too. Alright, we'll carry on back and go on to your roundabouts.
Okay.
Sound alright?
Yeah.
Happy with that? Any concerns that you have with these meeting situations?
No, I think it'll be alright. Obviously, continue to watch me.
Any other roads turning right then, please?
But now I've done a few.
Yeah?
Don't like this junction.
No.
I know I can come out if I have to, but sometimes you're already out.
Good. We'll take this next road on your left, please. So take this next road on your left, please. And then just stop in the lay-by, please. Good. Right, out of roll. So that was adapting a lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
What have you learned?
I'm laughing at them kids. They're getting people to beat the horn as you go along. What have I learnt? As a learner driver,
Yes.
the importance of sort of checking mirrors around parked cars and making sure, looking ahead, making sure that I've got enough room to sort of move out if I have or not.
Yeah.
Just basically when I meet an obstruction on my side that I'm assessing,
Yes.
looking, assessing, deciding and acting.
Now if I was in my car, I would have got some little model cars out. I'd have shown them about space and all that sort of stuff, but I'm not in my car, so I haven't got my cars to show them about space and what we can do and what we can't do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So like I said, that was adapting the lesson.
Okay. Yeah. All I'll say with that one is, when adapting it, obviously, it's important to ask the trainee questions. You know, do you know that we're supposed to? Do you know what we're supposed to do? Do you know how much room to give? And do you know what to do if you can't give any room? And you tell me where you think we should stop and what we should check. Blah blah blah. You know, and then go from there. So,
mean-
yeah, it's all about asking the questions.
What I could have done is, like, as soon as I stopped you, I could have stopped you straight away.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anywhere really to stop you straight away.
No, not around there.
No. Well, I did tell you
Yes.
that I stopped the car and explained why I
Yeah.
stopped the car.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. And you explained a bit of it along the way
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
All right.
Yes.